we actually got confirmation today that Shedeur Sanders, yes, Shedeur Sanders, 5th round draft pick, Deion Sanders' son, is set to make his NFL debut on Sunday. And my takeaway from this news is, and this is what I wanted to discuss. Me personally, I went back and watched his tape from Sunday. There was a lot of good. Well, I won't say there's a lot of good. Some good. I really thought his first drive was like the best drive he had. Some good. A lot of bad. But I've watched Dillon Gabriel as well. But here was my overall thing going into this game when we really get ready for Shedeur Sanders' debut. I think Shedeur Sanders should be the starter for the Cleveland Browns if they win on Sunday. And this is the reason why. And a lot of people, I've seen Cleveland media, everyone involved with the Cleveland Browns, the radio shows, and everybody is losing their minds over this Shedeur Sanders stuff. Even the stories when it comes to the first team reps and Shedeur not having that. Look, I've never played in the NFL. I don't know anyone who's played in the NFL. I'm only going off the information that I've heard from Shannon Sharp and Colin Cowherd. Everybody's had their bits of this. From what I've consumed, so to speak, Shannon Sharp has said that some backup quarterbacks do get first team reps in practice during the week. That is what Shannon Sharp has said. Others like Colin Cowherd has said, no, that you're never going to get first team reps if you were the backup quarterback. And then Colin Cowherd, who obviously he is someone I look up to in the media space. And this is why I bring up him so much in the show. One day I'll be on the volume doing a podcast for him. Colin Cowherd, if you see this, I love you. But Colin Cowherd had a great point. You got a guy like Joe Flacco who was traded in the middle of the week to Cincinnati, and he went up and put on a light show. So we got to stop with the excuses when it comes to the Shedeur Sanders. And Josina Anderson, someone who's in the media, she's been getting a lot of slack for it. Like, media's been going crazy over Shedeur Sanders. But this is where I'm going to defend Shedeur Sanders. I'm not going to say nothing about the first team reps. I know nothing about it. It's past my expertise. I'm not about to give a hot take on that. But I can say this, though. When you really watch Dillon Gabriel in comparison to Shedeur Sanders, and I compared the two after watching Shedeur's film on Sunday night. Well, I watched Shedeur's film this morning. We need to take into account that Dillon Gabriel really shouldn't have been drafted where he was drafted, because let's be honest, Dillon Gabriel was not a third-round talent. He just really wasn't. If you watch Dillon Gabriel in Oklahoma, if you watched him in Oregon, nothing wowed you. It's the same thing we said about Jalen Hurts. He has a weak arm. He's small. He does not move well. He has nothing, no good traits that you want out of a quarterback in 2025. Nor leadership. I've never seen the dude having any type of leadership qualities. I've never seen him wow me on the podium. Dillon Gabriel has nothing that screams, I want this guy to be my franchise quarterback in the NFL. And contrary to Shedeur Sanders, Shedeur is just more talented. He's bigger, stronger, throws a pretty decent ball, and he may be lacking the leadership qualities, but I would be pretty more motivated by Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion, than I would Dillon Gabriel. And let's be honest, the offense under Dillon Gabriel has been what I could call check down Charlie, not pushing the ball up the field. What I saw in Shedeur Sanders' tape this morning, Shedeur was actually wanting to push the ball down the field and was making a couple nice throws. He missed one in the end zone that I know he wished he could have had back. And then a couple throws after that, he actually threw a nice little fade there in the end zone. So he was pushing the ball down the field, and that is something that the Cleveland Browns have been missing on offense. Shedeur actually, when I watched Shedeur Sanders, he looked like an NFL quarterback. When I watch Dillon Gabriel, he does not look like he belongs on an NFL field. He just does not. This is not me hating on Dillon Gabriel. Granted, I'm not one of the biggest Dillon Gabriel guys coming out of college. I never thought the kid was that good, and I definitely did not think he was worth a third-round pick. I thought, and I know many scouts have said this as well, because I've heard this on John Middlecoff, like, dude, sixth or seventh round pick. This guy, not worth a third-round pick. But Shedeur, we know that the Mel Kipers of the world, Mel Kiper had him as the best available quarterback in the draft, and he fell all the way to 5th. So that is what I think of Shedeur Sanders. And this is what I think should happen. If Shedeur wins on Sunday and the offense actually looks the best it's ever been, and even though the Browns have been able to win some games, but the offense has not looked like the best thing since sliced bread. They've been winning in spite of the offense. Because the defense, that roster on Cleveland is actually pretty good. Out of all like the 2-win teams that are out there, Cleveland's probably has the best roster. You got a guy in Myles Garrett who is going to be in the conversation of breaking the sack record going towards the end of the year. But I think Shedeur should be the starter if he wins on Sunday. Even if he plays well in a loss, he should be the starter after Sunday. What I want to see from Shedeur Sanders, and he's going up against a Las Vegas Raiders team who is not that good, mind you. We saw what Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys were able to do on offense, and they had a rough start to the game, but we see what they were able to do on offense against the Las Vegas Raiders. So what I want to see for Shedeur, I want to see you throw the ball down the field. I want you to be able to attack this whole defensive backfield that is in Las Vegas. I want to see you run play action. I want to see you adapt to, install. I want to see Kevin Stefanski install the run game with Judkins, have some play action, and let Shedeur fling the ball around. I think Shedeur Sanders has the capability to have a good game on Sunday against Las Vegas. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it. I'm betting. I'm not a betting man, but I promise you, there's a good chance Shedeur goes. He's going to have 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he's going to throw for 250 yards. And he's going to get the win. And he is going to be the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns going forward. Now, we're not... There's a whole different discussion we can have about him being the future for the franchise. I'm not going to go that far. But I think Shedeur Sanders actually has a legit shot on Sunday to win and be the starter moving forward.